Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Newton. Steps away to his left. Complete. Richardson has it. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Geis with a carry on second down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
It's out of time. It's out of time. Check good.
Yep.
Check good. Slam, slam, slam.
Topper. Check. Leo. Hey. Shoot.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley.
You ain't doing nothing today.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
Throwing Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
56. Check 56. 65.
On first down, this is Geis. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a run with Geis. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Julian Love picks it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jones throwing again. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position. Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A first down run by Barkley unsuccessful as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Let him go by a little too easily there. Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play. Going up top. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there. We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play. Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Geis, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing. Especially tough in the middle third of the field. We're looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks
just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keenan Allen, 46 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Newton being chased out left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here at a very... And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Lorenzo Carter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Newton. Forced out to his left. He coughed it up.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here we go with Geis. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
60 outlaw.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll run it again with Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
From the gun on third down, Jones. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. Slam, slam, slam.
To throw again, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Chris Jones coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Switch. Mike 56.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And it's a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
At their own 32-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Newton, they'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Geis going right. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Newton. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Terry McLaurin, 45 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
On the ready.
Check, 59.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Look at me, zipper. Let's go.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
On the ball.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 34-yard line.
1st down, Bulls.
Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown from 17 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Chris Jones, his 2nd sack of the night. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the gun, Newton. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Here we go on 4th. Newton buying time to his left. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. On the run, it's Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try for Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Newton. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Julian Love picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
counted, that's a big number. Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad in pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I'ma make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, one point to guard.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a